I would like to tell a story about how I destroyed someone with facts and logic 3 days ago. So I was watching a video, and it was about the Sino-Vietnamese War. You probably haven't heard of that, but it was essentially a war in which China. This happened in 1979. So China invaded Vietnam because Vietnam invaded Cambodia, but Vietnam invaded Cambodia because Cambodia was attacking Vietnam. Uh, and 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 since this was only and at the time Cambodia was ruled by the Khmer Rouge, who were afraid that Vietnam was going to start an Indo-Chinese federation dominated by Vietnam, and basically be kind of imperialist. um and uh and the Khmer Rouge at the time was ruled by Pol Pot, and so then during the Cambodian Vietnamese War, the U.S., China, and Thailand backed Pol Pot because he was fighting against Vietnam, and this was only a few years after the Vietnam War ended. So of course we would be willing to back someone against Vietnam. And then, China invaded Vietnam and then eventually retreated after getting owned by the Vietnamese, because the Vietnamese are pretty good at keeping people out of their country. So anyway, there is a channel called Luna Oi, and it's just like a Vietnamese woman, except she's one of the socialist ones, and then she also, I guess, pushes, I don't know, like government propaganda, or at least she says stuff that aligns with what the government wants. And according to, I think, like some Vietnamese person on Quora, uh, she's better at it than the government is. But anyway, this was a clip of a longer video that was an interview, that was her being interviewed by some, I don't know, American or Canadian socialist person, and they were talking about the Sino-Vietnamese War. And then there was only one comment on that video, and that person misquoted Luna, the Vietnamese socialist, because she said China like attacked us. I don't know why, but then the person in the comments misquoted and said China attacked us for no reason in quotation marks, and then they basically went on to spew some Chinese propaganda and say that China invaded Vietnam so that they could like combat American influence that was what's the word they used, that was, I don't know, infiltrating Vietnam. Except this was 4 years after the Vietnam War ended. Every American was gone, and South Vietnam collapsed. How could we be influencing things in Vietnam after the Vietnam War ended? And I was going to like bring this up, and I thought, oh wait, maybe it could be that they're pointing out how the U.S. backed Cambodia, although we didn't get like involved in we didn't deploy troops or anything. We were just kind of supporting Cambodia against Vietnam. I thought, oh wait, maybe that's what they mean. And then I remembered, China was also supporting Cambodia. The U.S. and China were on the same side in that war. It's just that China deployed troops to Vietnam, but the U.S. didn't. But we were still like supporting the same country. And I pointed this out. And then the next day I went to see if they replied, and the comment was gone, and my reply was also gone. So I think I may have very well defeated a Chinese propaganda commenter. I don't know. But man, like, this was around the time that U.S.-China relations were warming up, like during the 70s, after the Vietnam War. Like, why the frick would China be worried about U.S. influence in Vietnam, its enemy country. I mean, Vietnam and China are still at odds today, and they have been for thousands of years. Like, anyways, that is the story of how I destroyed someone with facts and logic.